You're right guys, it's Capgun Tom here and welcome to a FIFA 14 pre-release day squad builder. What we're going to be doing is building a budget BPL team that you should be able to buy by the end of the FIFA 14 release day. So you play some games and you should be able to buy this team with the coins that you make. Now, I've taken some criticism over the last couple of days for these sorts of squads. People asking me, how do you know how much, the players are going to be? How can you tell they're going to be cheap? Or someone more insulting and say, this ain't going to be a cheap squad, you're an idiot. So for those people who say that, here is a cheap BPL team. Breathe it in. Looks crap, but there you go, that one's for you, so you can go out and build your cheap BPL team. Good luck with it. What I'm here to do is actually show you a squad that should be good and should be, kind of cheap in comparison to other players. And so you can go out and use them. That's what I'm really here to do. I'm not here to go, oh, it's going to be well cheap. I'm trying to give you some ideas of who will be cheap and why you should be looking for them, etc, etc. Also, the reason I know that some of these players are going to be cheap is because of their ratings. I mean, they've got a low rating, they're going to have high card weight, which means they're going to come out of packs in their droves, and effectively, we're going to see a lot of them on the market. Large supply, not enough demand, means cheap prices. There you go. Simple as. And if you're looking to buy some Ultimate Team coins, go and check out futcoinemporium.com. Their link will be down in the description. So, here we go. We're going to build our actual 4-2-3-1 BPL squad. It's in the second type of 4-2-3-1 formation because it's got the right and left mids. A lot of people were very excited to be using this sort of squad. So we're going to start at the striker. It's very difficult to choose a striker because BPL strikers are infamous for being very expensive. I decided to go for Kone because he has decent pace, he has decent dribbling, he's got good strength, which a lot of people are pointing out is going to be more important on FIFA 14 than it is on FIFA 13. He also has 4-star weak foot and 4-star skills. He has medium work rate, so he's not going to disappear too much away from the striker position. And I just generally think he's going to be an absolute beast. If you disagree, go ahead, find out a different striker, because I looked for ones that have low defensive work rate, and there aren't very many good ones, that's for sure. And the ones that are good are very good, and therefore they're quite expensive. So that's why Kone is going in. Then in the centre attacking mid position, I'm going for Dembele. The reason I'm going for him is because he's 81 rating overall. He's very cheap on FIFA 13. He always has been, even since the game was released. And he has unbelievable stats. He has a high work rate, which means he's going to be bombing forward, bombing backwards, doing a lot of work. And he has some of the highest overall stats for a centre attacking mid. So when you add all of his in-game stats together, he is one of the highest. And therefore, that's why I think that you should try him. Right, moving on to the left mid. This might be, well, not an unpopular choice, but one that you may question. It's Pina. Now, it's difficult to find someone for the left mid position because anyone with more than 80 pace is going to be going for at least 10k all the way up to 100k with like Eden Hazard. So it's very difficult to find a left mid that you can put in. Also, a lot of them are default left wingers, which means that you have to change them back, which costs money, etc, etc, etc. So Pina looks like one that may be very good. He's got high and medium work rates, which means he's going to be going forwards and supporting the attack, exactly what you need. He's also going to be doing a little bit of the defensive work, and he has good all-round stats. I mean, he's not the fastest, but he's got a decent shot on him, he's got decent passing, and if you come inside and, use him as sort of like a playmaker to play a Kone, Dembele, and our right mid in, then I think it will be a good one to use. Then at the right mid position, we are going to be using Victor Moses. Now, the reason we're using him, 75 rating overall, therefore he should be cheap. I know he's not going to be super cheap because he plays for Chelsea and therefore people are going to want to buy him. However, I do think it's worth picking him up. Maybe you'll just have to buy a temporary right mid in the meantime, just to fill that hole. But when you're aiming for it, you should be going for Moses because he's going to come out of packs a lot because he's only 75 rated. He is rare, but he has 4-star skills and 4-star weak foot, I believe. If I'm wrong, don't shoot me. So I think that he'll be an excellent one. Right, the next two players are going to be kind of difficult for me to put in because you have to convert them from CMs to CDMs, which obviously costs money, and we're trying to create a cheap squad. But these two are so good, I really wouldn't recommend that you don't put them in. And the CDMs that you probably would choose to put in are going to be a little bit more expensive, so you may make up the difference here by, not having to spend so much on the actual player and just using a formation card or a position card. So the first one is going to be Leroy Fer. He's actually one of the strongest central midfielders in the BPL. I'm not sure if he's on the game, but he's definitely very, very high strength, and he has decent pace. He's got decent defending, decent dribbling, decent passing, decent shooting, great heading. I mean, I think he's going to rule the midfield, especially with those high work rates. And if you disagree, I'm just going to have to say you're wrong, because I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Then the other player is going to be Diaby. I think that he's another one that's going to be very good. Both non-rare, so both going to be quite cheap, because obviously they have low ratings, they're non-rare, they come out of packs all the time, gone on and on about that, but there you go, he's in the team as well. He will have to change from a centre mid. Better pace than Leroy Fer, same shooting, similar passing, better dribbling though, a lot better, but less heading. So you're going to be looking for Fer to, you know, win those headers in the midfield, although Diaby, I imagine, will be able to win them as well, because he's quite strong. Okay, so the left back we're going for is Santon. Decent pace. I mean, there's very few very good left backs and right backs in the BPL. So Santon's a very good one, because he's non-rare. He's got, you know, decent pace. He's very strong as well in comparison to the other left backs. And then the other one we're going to be using on the other side is Kelly. Now he's 75 rated again. He's got medium work rates, decent all-round stats, 75 rating overall. He's very strong. And yeah, that's why I'm choosing him. Then in the middle we're going to be using a rare player. We're going to be using Diakite, one of the strongest, in fact he might be the strongest centre back in the BPL. He has low attacking work rate and high defensive, which means he's going absolutely nowhere. He's tall, he's strong, he's going to rule the defence. I think he's got 71 pace, but that doesn't matter, because, you know, you're not going to see him going forward too much, so he's not going to get caught out of position too much. The other player we're going to use is another Frenchman, and it's going to be Distan. So here he is in the team, 73 pace, 78 defending and 78 heading. Again, strong, fast, everything you need in a centre back. Then in goal, you can go for pretty much any goalkeeper you want. You know, they're all pretty much the same. I'm sure that some will be better than others. The one I went for was Tim Krul, because we want to keep the cost down. So he's a non-rare. He's got decent overall rating. He's got decent overall stats. And I think that this team will be a winner if you go out and buy it. Obviously, as you're going along, pick up one player. Don't be like, oh, I need to get Kone. He's like, if he comes out as like 3k, because I'm not a magician. I don't know if, you know, Kone's going to be going for like 10k at the start of the game. He might be, but I doubt he will be. I think that he'll probably be going for like around 3k or something like that. But yeah, he is one that you would want to try and pick up. But if you can't afford him straight away, pick up someone else that looks half decent, that's going for a few more cheap coins. You know, the idea of this game is to go through and try out lots of different players, so that, you know, you can eventually arrive at a team that's very strong. Not just be like, oh yeah, Tom said use that guy, he's going to be amazing, because it may turn out that it doesn't work out that way. Although his stats would suggest that he is very good, maybe he won't be. You know, these things happen. I mean, if we look at things like, who can I think of off the top of my head? I can't actually think of anyone off the top of my head, but there's plenty of, yeah, okay, here we go. Adrian from Atletico Madrid. Doesn't look like he should be amazing, but he's absolutely phenomenal in game. And, you know, his stats don't, you know, say that he should be absolutely incredible, but he just is. So there's definitely more stuff going on behind the scenes than just the stats you see on screen. I mean, I think of it as sort of like a recipe. Like, you need a certain amount of balance to go with a certain amount of dribbling, and if you get these two perfect, then you're going to end up having, you know, a really good player. But if you've got someone that's like got 96 dribbling and, I don't know, like 40 or 50 balance, he can dribble all day as long as he doesn't get caught by someone else. But if he, as soon as he like goes shoulder to shoulder with someone, he's going to go down, because he's just so unbalanced. But there you go, that's how I sort of think of it. So guys, hope you have enjoyed this video. Sorry that I sort of ranted through it a little bit. I don't really know why I did that, but I just felt that I should put some of my points across more forcefully, because some people just don't seem to be listening. Either that, or they're just skipping to the end of the video and looking at the squad. Either way, that's not the idea of the video, but there you go. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all next time.